Good afternoon. As promised, about seems like a week ago, I was supposed to do a ISIS card reading for the group Infinity Readings Reviews or whoever shows up. I was supposed to do that on my Friday feed, and of course, too much going on, I forgot. So they've been bugging me to come in since then. So I'm going to do that now. I've got 3 decks here that I chose to come from. First is the ISIS Deep Roots here, heavy. Again, always makes me cry, so this happens. Don't worry about it. The Zodiac deck, of course, to give me insight universally, whatnot. Hey, Kendall. Okay. You know what? Me and Carrie Ann did a little feed here. I'm having a hard time getting it on my page, but I'll see if I can play with the link there. I think it's a private page versus a public page problem, so I'm going to see if I can get that routed in here as well and work on that after. But also got my chakra cards here. So I'm going to keep it light on the cards, and then we'll go from there and see what comes out. Had a bit of a rant on Carrie Ann's page, so we'll see what happens. There was a card from one of the decks here that fell out. Was not supposed to be in with the cards. It can happen, but I'm going to see if it plays in to the role here of the reading. So I'm going to start out. Again, it's telling me to get the glasses because I'm going to read from the book here. I hope nobody minds that. It kind of annoys me, but they're like, no, there's stuff in there we need the words from the book, like right from the book to go outward. So I'm going to be reading some of these cards. So I'm going to start out with my ISIS Oracle deck that makes me cry. And we're going to go from there. So hopefully everybody's having an okay afternoon. I know that already. Okay, getting ready. So the first deck, again, I don't look at them, shuffle them upside down. The first card I get from the ISIS Oracle. Again, this will be for everybody as a collective. Everybody, infinity or no page, just anybody who clicks on it, this is for them. So, proper burial for freedom. Whoa. Sacrifice to Osiris, Lord of the Dead. Now I'm going to read from this. This is backwards. Try and give you a good graphic there. I'm sorry about the glare, but burial for freedom. This is interesting. My work has been shut down. Okay. So we just need to absorb that time that we have to ourselves and work on ourselves. Seems to be starting to just, everything's starting to collapse here. It's like a domino effect, hey? One guy does it so that everybody else got to take the lead here. So, yeah, this is what creates the panic, right? Is the action that's coming about. Okay, I'm going to get my deck here. My guidebooks, they want me to read this verbatim. Now he is holding, or not holding, yeah, he is holding the staff with the Ankh. The Ankh is the symbol of life, okay? So life and freedom and everything that comes with that. Notice the, like the yin yang here, we have the fire and the air and water, this kind of thing. Fire and earth together and air and water. I don't think these are opposites. I think it's just awareness of the 2 sides we got going on here. Oh, this glare. Okay. Proper burial. Give me moments, guys. I'm going to read from the book. A, B, C, D, E, F. P. Okay, here we go. Here's the glasses. These are the second highest voted on my page. Okay, proper burial for freedom. So this is what this card is about. Sacrifice to Osiris, the Lord of Death, in order, now this is deeply rooted, you guys are going to get it. In order for life to flow and express itself, that which belongs to the world of death must be released. There is nothing to be gained and everything to be lost by trying to hold on to that which no longer serves us, which is better left to die. That which no longer serves us, which is better left to die. Though it takes great spiritual courage and trust to allow this to happen, Osiris, Lord of the Dead, guides you now to release that which no longer needs to be a part of your life so that you may be free. You need to see something through and let it go so that you are free from it. You may or may not be fully aware of what that is yet, but your energy field is somehow haunted by the past or drained by attachments that are no longer necessary for your growth. And this is universally what is being pulled apart here. And some are unconsciously fighting that, okay? This could be anything from a past relationship to dreams or visions that may have encouraged you in the past times, but are not relevant for where you are going now. It might also be the spirit of a lost child, a loved one, someone that has passed on or left your life, or the ghost of expectations unmet from past hopes and dreams. And again, the heaviness attached to those that have passed is something that needs to go as well. It is free. We are free to communicate with these people that have passed. We are free to connect. We are free to do that. So the belief system that we have, that they are gone and not with us, that needs to go. Hope you're still hanging here. Next paragraph. There is so much beauty and fullness waiting for you right now, beloved initiate. There is no need for further hold on to the past. Again, talking about karmic and all of that, the weight here is heavy. And though universally it is, universally it is what is being dredged up from the past. Make us aware of that. We need to be aware, heal, feel it out, and let go. We do not carry it forth. This is really what they're emphasizing here. There's so much beauty in life waiting for you right now, beloved initiate. There is no need to further hold on to the past. Do not be scared. You are supported so utterly and completely in this deep healing release now, and all involved will benefit from this healing change that you make. You as an individual, Linda, your healing will create a energy frequency that will create more healing for the next person that comes into your sphere of 6 feet, right? And it will carry on. So I'm just using you as an example because it was the last on the list here to come in. So thanks you guys for coming in. Yeah, do not be scared. You are supported so utterly and completely in this deep healing release, and all involved will benefit from the healing change. It is not abandoning what you have loved. It is to give it full and proper burial. It is, in fact, honoring and allowing that you are releasing to return to the pure love and light of the source energy. It is spiritual freedom for you, and what you have released, which is destiny, to which all of life will eventually return. And it takes great trust, but if you allow Osiris to help you, you will realize that in letting go, rebirth and growth is really possible. You may experience grief, anger, fear, freedom, and a sense of relief or combination of these feelings as you move to let go and allow proper burial to take place. Do not be afraid of any of these feelings, for they will pass naturally when allowed to just flow. Yeah, so it's not your concern how it goes. You just release from it. Don't cling to it, right? These feelings will actually fertilize new life and allow you to become more of who you are in truth. Trust that Osiris will love and protect that which is released unto his care through the world of death. Death too becomes new life, and there's nothing to fear and everything to gain. And I get loaded right away when they said death is new life. To me, that significantly means that how we see death or may have seen death in the past is a disconnection, when in reality we are still connected. We just stop ourselves from believing so therefore we create that reality. So we are separated from our loved ones, and we need to reconnect to that over this time. Okay. And then they go on to give like prayers and whatnot. I won't get into that. Basically, love and peace is what we want in bringing soul to light. So a proper burial for freedom. Now, it can sound scary, but the sense here is that we bury that does not keep us free. This is what I'm getting highly. So that is card number 1. Again, the Ankh of life. What kind of life are we going to have and vibrate forward with? Next card. I want me to remove this one now. The Lunar Queen, she is of the celestial crescent, and there's a feminine energy that's underlying all of this. Why? Because there was an imbalance here, the masculine, the, what do you call that? Yeah, the masculine energy was really overpowering things, and there needed to be more of a balance there. So this is coming forth to be claimed spiritually, universally, and I get that highly from this card again. She of the celestial crescent, referring to the moon. I'm going to talk more about that if I don't remind me, because it's very important. The Lunar Queen, because, okay, I might as well just say it right now before I forget. We're talking about the new moon coming up here right away. Now, this has highlighted to me something I just recently learned about. New moon energies, those people that are of dark night, they come out then to, put cantations upon. Now, this is also a time to be letting go of negativity. So this is all what's in the air spiritually. So this is not the best time to be coming out and doing whatnot. Again, don't want to distract people from sending love out. You just can do that whenever. But the point here around the moon, the phase where you want to go out highly is the full of it within 3 days before, 3 days after. When we get into the new moon, lay low. This is just trust me on that one. I'm not going to get into all of that. But the new moon brings about darker energy. So we don't want to be flutting about in there when we don't know what we're doing. We just want to lay low and then wait for the new moon. That's when all the positivity, because it's like a push-pull energy, right? And this is the darker side. They gain energy on the new moon. The light side gains energy on the full moon. Trust me on that. This has been pointed out to me. Okay, so the Lunar Queen here. See if I can find, there's no indexed here, but alphabetical seems to work. Easy. There's my page. K L A I and magic. What do you know? So it must be under T. L M N O P Q R S T. I should have, well, I didn't look at the cards, right? I was going to say I should have bookmarked. The lunar, so the brother. Yeah, these are heavy energies I'm feeling here. Lunar Queen, there she is. Celestial crescent, and think about the crescent moon as well. There might be significant worldwide events around this time. Crescent, yeah. There's a deep feminine wisdom that recognizes the importance of cycles and rest and replenishment, moon cycles as well. An essential balance to our actions of power and demonstration. You are asked to allow this replenishment for yourself. Now I'm getting global demonstrations, so beware of that. Trusting that you are in a cycle of creation that is about to shift into a new phase. This is what we're going through. Release Enjoy the process without having to control or force it. This is hugely, yeah, I think people are getting that. Isis and Lunar Queen, again, these names have been splattered in the news as well to give you a tainted sense. So just let that dissipate. Feel in some of that. As soon as you use the word Isis, right? It's been villainized in the presses on purpose. This is rooted in, what are we rooted in here? You know, pyramids and whatnot. It says here, they're telling me to do this, okay? High priest or priestess within you walks a path of divine light, power, and wisdom. Path of self-mastery, initiated through the darkest of struggle into the light of love. Ancient mysteries, teachings of Isis and practical ways help you navigate. So let's go back to Egypt and pyramids and all that. Okay, back at it. Where was I? Okay. The Lunar Queen understands the cycle of creative power and flow. Sometimes it can be hard to let go of desire to force, control, and make things happen, to exert might or willpower to bring what you wish for into being by sheer determination, exertion, and force. Yet the vast creative power of the feminine principle is in honoring the flowing with cycles and activity and rest and releasing forced and surrendering into the perfection of what is happening right now, realizing that this actually brings us divine manifestation and creation more effortlessly and gracefully and to greater effect. So that's the male energy is to go outward and take action. The female is to open up and receive. This is what they're talking about. Want you to open up, just receive all the information, let it come in, absorb it, digest it, don't take action, just absorb it, feel it, and be compassionate with it. Yeah, to greater effect, this will work, right? Rather than taking where we've come from, which is that overpowering aggression, to just receiving what comes in, letting it come in. The crescent in the moon is, the crescent is the moon in her changing form. And the oracle comes to you at a time when you're shifting from one phase in your spiritual and creative journey into a new phase. This is a time to pay deep attention to the messages of your body. Pauses in radio for drama. Messages of the body, and allow them to guide you. And we're not talking anxiety here. We're talking beyond that. When we can get still and centered, then you listen, okay? Do you need to balance your activity with more rest? Do you need to be actively creating, but from a more relaxed and allowing rather than demanding or forceful mental state? Or is it time for you to spring into action once more? Has the time come to take a step forward? Pay attention to any other card that you draw with the Lunar Queen to more fully understand which phase is most appropriate for you now. And we just came from, the sense is here, just hold, hold up. Because even when I was going to the bathroom, just before I come in, they showed me the Hangman card. Just pause here, just hold up. Because we will not regret taking that pause is what they're telling me. The Lunar Queen, pay attention to any other card you draw with the Lunar Queen to more fully understand which phase is most appropriate for you now. These cards will help you connect with your inner wisdom, your guidance of your own body wisdom for the greatest timing and unfoldment of your manifestation. Again, if you're watching the TV, you're going to be tainted. The TV will absolutely reroute you in a different way. So the TV will jumble up whatever you have there for instinct. So be aware of that. Remember, sometimes more time in the oven prevents an body wisdom, greatest timing and unfoldment for your manifestation. Remember, sometimes more time in the oven prevents an undercooked meal. Sometimes we just need to wait a little longer. The quiet times are dark moon energies. The times when you will sense from your inner wisdom, your body wisdom, that you are in need of replenishing and percolation. The other times when you feel the inner oven timer has rung and it is time to get that delicious meal on the table, your body will urge you to dance, to act, to communicate, to be bold, to take steps. And these are full moon energies, right? So be aware that the full moon here is another week cycle, I think at least over a week. So this is basically insinuating that we are a full moon. When the full moon rises here coming up, we'll be more apt to, one, see clearer where we need to act and not act. So at this time here, we got the new moon coming in. We're going to be quite confused. When in doubt, don't act out. And just wait till the full moon clears everything up, and we'll carry on, is a sense. Again, your body will help you know when you are at, where you are at, and what you need. The flow between the dark moon and the full moon and all phases in between is constant. In allowing that flow, even several times in a day and hour, you will maximize your creativity and allow your life to manifest. Creative project after creative project, should you so choose. You will feel great inner harmony, wellness, and connection. So it's not that we can't do, it's just proactively in that way, do creatively. Sure, that's basically the translation I'm getting here. This oracle is also a reminder that the feminine wisdom is not widely accepted in Western cultures as of yet, with its distorted view of what constitutes, sorry, my accent, my view of what constitutes productive behavior. I have a reading accent and a regular, when I read, things get all wacky. The Lunar Queen is quite radical. You will need to really believe in your own wisdoms and give yourself great support and trust in your own body wisdom as you learn to operate in this more intuitive, flexible, responsive, feminine way. Compassion, right? Receptive, all of that. The oracle tells you that Lady Isis and the spiritual guidance that cares for you completely encourages and supports you in being strong and giving yourself absolute permission to rest when needed, to honor your creative cycles for greatest productivity and quality. So what they're showing me is people that are somewhat lost in this time is just to take it out in a creative way. Artists, go nuts. You can absolutely spill all your energy into artistic work and ship that outward, and that may even get through universally more than a speech on a soapbox, right? If you've been wanting to create something or feel frustrated in your creative enterprises, the Lunar Queen also contains the message for you that something creative is within you and wanting to emerge. It is stirring in your unconscious, and soon it will be reflected more clearly back to you, and you shall be able to act. But for now, have patience. There can be much inner work required before relatively swift outer work of bringing in creative impulse into form begins. So such in a natural creative flow at times. So that we might even be feeling or sensing that we need healing here in order to get into a mode where we are feeling creative. So if you are already in the flow and want to know if this is the time to really let go and shine, like the gorgeous full moon, the answer is yes. Trust and know that you are being guided by your own inner wisdoms and support by she of the celestial crescent, the Lunar Queen, Lady Isis. She is the goddess of night, and she follows the neutral light of the shining moon in all her flow, releases force and fear and help let me go. Guided by the crescent moon, you're open to receive great boon. I don't even know what boon is, but I'm thinking that means reception of whatever comes at you. Yeah. Heavy duty. Okay. So that's the lunar queen. So it's making you aware of the cycles and be aware that during the cycles, this creates emotional waves, right? So this can affect those that are highly in panic mode as well around you. So be aware of that. Take note of that. Maybe research that, whatever you feel driven. And also to keep your creativity in mind, because that is part of the feminine mystique as well. So lunar queen, there she is. Next, abundance of Sothis. Stellar blessings of the celestial goddess of abundance. Wow. This is where we're headed, people. Harvest, right? Harvest. Wow. Separating, right? Of those things that are not needed. If it's moldy, if it's whatever, we're going to get the best among this is going to. Okay, here we go. Abundance of Sothis. Okay, sorry, there's glare all over the place here. Okay. Stellar blessings of the celestial goddess of abundance in many forms is flowing to you now. Beloved, again, right? They said, where is, what's the next card for this woman is to feel the abundance. So we're going to feel it internally first, right? We may have to go through a process here. There's healing. Then there's creativity or healing, and it is very closely related. Then we feel the abundance, and then we get the abundance after the healing is completed. Abundance in many forms is flowing to you now, beloved. Intend right now to receive it. Just decide to do so in your heart this very moment. The Oracle of Abundance of Sothis comes as guidance to expect increased flow and continue your good works of building channels through which abundance can be delivered to you. Freely share your talents, love, wisdom, and self, and enjoy the abundance responsively flowing to you in many forms over and over again. Abundance comes to you now if you have been through a time of restricted circumstance, materially, financially, socially, in terms of health or relationships, opportunities, fun, or friendship. This indicates that the tide is turning and an upsurge of wealth, health, abundance, and more are coming to you now. After an experience of restriction, perhaps for a prolonged period, people, you will very much enjoy this new and improved flow of energy. Here she goes, boys. Support and compensation and reward. Sorry, I'm just trying to, I can't even tune. Okay. Compensation and reward. With your heart open, your many channels ready to receive the influx of abundance. So if you are closed off in the heart center, this will not hit you. You will not bear rewards in this way. So that's the healing part. You need to heal the heart so it's not closed. I'm going to repeat that. With your heart open, your many channels ready to receive the influx of abundance and your innate belief that you are worthy to receive. So self-worth, if we do not have this, we will not gain this. You attract great support from the universe now. Channels for receiving grace in all its forms are created when you follow your heart and do your part to be ready and prepare to receive. Preparation is an important part of abundance in all forms, and you can enjoy your abundance to the fullest extent when there are containers for it to be held within. These containers will be practical ways for wealth and other forms of abundance, such as great relationships, to be part of your world. Your channels might include new creative works being formed, seeking networking opportunities with others in the field so that there are ways for people to find you and the work that you offer, for example, or joining classes, groups that allow you to meet others, following up your intuition or instincts in even small, seemingly unrelated situations. This time is going to give you an opportunity to do that in ways you never would have infused if not given this unique opportunity to be alone. And right, some people are having too much time. So this is what they're saying. We're going to make links in ways outward that we just never would have before. Just give me a minute. Sorry, they're talking. I got 3 worlds going on here. I just can't. Okay. Okay. Where was I? Yeah. So I'm going to repeat, they asked me to repeat that again. These sentences, man, they just put commas everywhere. Your channels might include new creative works being formed, seeking networking opportunities with others in your field. So there are ways for people to find you and work that you offer, for example, joining classes or groups that allow you to meet others, following up your intuition, instincts, even in this small, seemingly unrelated situation. So that little flutter of an instinct, follow those. They're going to be light. Some people don't even know what they are. Just, you know, again, the louder it rings, the louder that bell is, the more you need to calm down and listen, get to the bottom, you know. The containers will be created not only from the practical steps that you take, but from the intention, vibration, and resonance behind them. This is completely people are not catching on to this, but this is the law, okay? And it really, before 2012 was not, it just really didn't ring true. But after that stage, this is law. So no matter how good you go outward, they're telling me to repeat this, how nice you are outward, if you've got bitterness and jealousy and backstabbing in your mind, this is where and what will attract to you, okay? If your desired abundance is wealth, then start to really shift your identity and thoughts from a place of restriction to a place of relaxation and willingness to take care of your money so that you create a strong container for the flow of abundance to reach you. Now, one thing I learned as well about money, when they were talking to me, they were saying, if we are storing it, hoarding it, just like the food and whatnot, if we are doing that, we are creating an energy of panic in the way of lack. So we are accentuating a lack mentality. So we don't want to be hoarding it and going, oh, I don't want to spend it. It's when we have a free flowing, a balanced way of dealing with money matters, balanced way, balanced, calm energy. That's when we are in the flow. When you have a lack mentality, that's wrong. So you need to have a calmness, an inner calmness. I don't know how to translate that, but okay, so if you desire a loving soulmate, relationship, or deeper friendships, becoming more of the person yourself that you wish to experience in others, as well as affirming that you have value and much to offer, are willing and worthy of receiving from others, will create powerful channels through which you can receive the abundance of love and good company that Sothis can bring you. Again, and I do this too. I used to be, the man-hater group, and you're like, eh. So that's all I got was man-haters, women-haters, that kind of thing. That's all I attracted, but didn't realize that at the time. So you got to get to a point where you clear all that negativity. How do you do that? You cry it out. You cry all that pain out so you don't carry it no more, and it doesn't come out in a vibrational way, right? That's how you heal from that. Okay. Where was I? Okay, so love and good community that souls can bring to you. The goddess of abundance, shining stellar mother Sothis, will bless you with all that you can possibly receive. So allow yourself to act in faith, be brave, and take steps to ready yourself right now. Make sure you harvest your crops to create even more channels through which abundance can flow to you. Clearing out the old is very important. Completing and preparing the ripe crops for nourishment. So preparation, in Feng Shui, I'll give you an example. I don't know if they're telling me this will go through, but in Feng Shui, if you have your room, your bed is butted up against a corner, single bed butted up against a corner with one dresser, that is not in energetic preparation for a mate, because the mate cannot get into the bed. It has to climb over you. It's very conflictive. So if you move one, you get a double bed, you move that into the middle of the room, you add pairs of desks, pairs of if you're decorating a room and getting ready for that, the bedroom that is yours, say you're single and you want to attract a mate, you create pairs in that room. Do not use singular things, and that is energetically preparing for another energy to come in, and then it helps attract that in. Okay, that's just an example through placement of objects, how this can prepare energetically. We also have to do that in our mind space. So they say, kind of fake it till you make it. Dream, yes, you can do this. Dream of that. Dream of having a partner that you get along with, that you have, right? Use all that space in that way. And it's not like a chore to do. It creates happiness. So, okay, where did I leave off here? Celestial abundance, shining stellar mother Suze will bless you with all you can possibly receive. So yourself to act in faith, be brave, to take steps to ready yourself right now. Make sure you harvest your crops to create even more channels through which abundance can flow. Clearing out the old. I read this. Sorry. Completing and preparing the ripe crops for nourishment. This may mean revising, finishing, and bringing to fruition old projects, deciding to let them go completely if they do not feel right to pursue any further. And this is some that you just are not doing. So you may be in this mode where you're hanging on to something, relationships I'm talking about here, that are meant to let go. And if we do that, we just are not going to get past that until we release that. It might mean seeking fresh input or collaboration on certain projects or feelings, any sadness, guilt, grief, or anger over unfinished projects and letting them go completely. There may be still other projects that you feel in your heart are right for you, but not just now. And so they are released to percolate further in the cosmic web. With this greater creativity, clarity, and organization, your channels for abundance will be clearer and more receptive. And so this will have all the more room in which to bless and fill you. That is the thing, right? We release these things so the abundance can come in, fill you up. The oracle wishes to bring you great blessings. The ritual below will help you move into the best place within to receive it fully. And then here they guide you in a meditation to kind of zen out and become aware of what they are through meditation. The star of Sothis is to bless with abundance and peace. Wealth on all levels will now increase. Through many channels receive your flow. Wonder and gratitude and wealth grow. Release all fear and doubt that would block your grace, and focus on your shining stellar face. Realize the love and safety within. Great abundance now does begin. Now it's interesting, that's the last card in the reading. I'm going to put them all back now and go to the clarification. Okay, I got through it. Sorry, just something about these cards just hit me. So the abundance, where we're headed, right? Burial for freedom. Energetically letting go of all of that. They're very closely related, really. Letting go all that does not serve. And the Lunar Queen, being aware of the lunar cycles, this will help you do so, right? Because, what is it? Oh, gotta watch. Is it the pull of the full moon and the push of the new moon? I'm not too sure. I have to research that. What are they? Yeah, they're giving me the white moon. The full moon is bringing in energies. The new moon is pushing them away, right? So during these times, we want to be aware of that when we're doing. So the new moon is the one coming up. So that's the moon where you can think all that bad shit and then send it visually, send it away to be healed, right? Okay, so clarification, and I had a jump out card, and we'll see how that sits here. It's interesting. I know what it is because it flipped out. It's kind of interesting. Okay, Lunar Queen, what is to clarify this one? Judgment. You get the Judgment card here. Now, again, sorry guys. If people don't like reading, sorry, it's just happening. To me, the Judgment is it is our brain, what decisions that we have to make, where are we going to go, how are we going to do things, and what are we being guided to do to go forward. Judgment. I'm going to look in the book here on that. The Fool summons gratitude is what they labeled it here. The Fool appears in angel wings. She now knows that judgment is discernment. That's awesome. Yeah, and that's seeing things and making decisions based on that. She recognizes at times her own judgment faltered, yet she has consistently self-corrected and found her way. So nobody is infallible. We will make mistakes along this path, but just adjust and re-go. Like there may be a lot of the drop into the phoenix. Maybe a lot of this, and through the ego, right? Because if we are high in ego, we're going to have this more often. Get up and attack it again. Not the same direction, but learn from what we've faltered on, right? So having reached, I got to take a drink because my tongue's just not working. It's like I want to spit it all out in one sentence and I can't. Having reached the 7th chakra, the Fool is now a vessel of clarity for the universal good. Well, wouldn't you know? When we live in mastery, we honor those who taught us how to live. This is not a place of forgiveness, rather a place of raised consciousness. Wow. Self-forgiveness takes place in the 4th chakra and below, and here the work is complete, and acceptance owns this energy. So you are more than magnetizing your dreams. You are creating light for yourself and others. The student has now become the master. This is the ascension process. Keywords: wisdom, improvement, appreciation, realization, release, harmony, acceptance, and unity. Next step, you have now separated the material from the spiritual. One is better than the other. One is not better than the other, sorry. Okay, let me say that again. You have now separated the material from the spiritual. One is not better than the other, and the World card will offer you the opportunity to combine and rejoice in the complete synchronicity of your circumstances. So the culmination of, my vocabulary, I should have listened in English. The culmination of the spiritual with the physical, and now the discerning of such, right? Wowzer. Okay, so that is that's on the Lunar Queen. So there's discernment here. Yeah, and I just gave you that, right? The whole thing is releasing the negativity on the new moon, increasing the positivity on the full moon. This is how we go. This is going to work with the universal energies if you do this. So burial for freedom. So that's letting go of all, burying all that we have been, whether it's emotional problems that we've had through relationships, whatever, guilt from our past, healing from past, da da da. What do we get to clarify that? 2 of Cups. Wow. Because and look at her. She's kind of, it's kind of 2 of Cups herself. Really, she's holding the Ankh, and she's got a cup. One. Hold on. Yeah. She's got 1 cup here. She's gonna, excuse me, I just ate. Rise, self-worth, all of that love is all contained in there. And that adds to the life process here. Okay. 2 of Cups. Okay, so that is a unity. So again, relationships, oh man, I'm getting such conflicting information even now about twins and whatnot. But nonetheless, 2 of Cups is about a partnerships coming together, unity. That is the card that will symbolize this. This could be, doesn't have to be masculine, feminine, can be people, communities coming together, this kind of thing, more global, right? But nonetheless, the 2 of Cups, okay? I'm going to read from the book again here. Intimate connections. That's what that means. The intimacy revealed in this card, the happiness of the connection appears real. She wished for a true emotional connection and has created it. Is she in joy, in fear, or in fear of losing it? Is she in joy or in fear of losing it? Immature love creates a hunger so deep that another person may only awaken pain rather than soothe it. Clinging to an inner wound manifests a desperation that can never be filled. So this is that healing again. They're making you aware of that energy. If we are looking for that partner, we're looking for someone outside of us, we really truly do have to heal, or we end up creating something that we don't want unconsciously. The true friendship that began with a powerful spark is real. It is your own self-love that is the magnetizing energy here. Keywords: connection, courtship, attraction, offering, love, marriage. The second chakra reminds us the powerful emotions within. Choose its focus. Okay. People are wanting this. Meditation. In your mind's eye, begin to see your emotional experience of love outside of yourself. Knowing how we relate to an issue is the issue. What are you really experiencing emotionally around love and your connection with others? Is there a flow or a tightening? And that's being open-hearted or closed-hearted, really. So there's an awareness of that. Okay, now to clarify the third, which is talking about, what was the abundance? Yeah. Let's read over the hump here. 6 of coins. Look at that. Okay. That is about give and take, equal. People being equally balanced at the end of the rainbow here. We're all going to be balanced. And there'll be enough for everybody, and we will help those that need it, and da-da-da. So there's a freedom in that I'm feeling as we move here. 6, okay. Man, these are heavy readings. 6 of coins, there she is. Financial reciprocity, okay. The hands reach out of the card, yet the coins come not only from our indigo woman, but unseen sources. Sense of non-attachment to a financial outcome is indicated. So those who are stressed about money, try and release that, right? Non-attachment, finances. While the 6th chakra is our 6th sense, it can also be inherited family beliefs around inheritance. Our ancestral history may indicate how we relate to finances. What and from whom did you learn about money? Would these ideas be something to carry on or discontinue? Maybe for some, I know for me, that has a high. I have a certain thing. It just was may not have been highly ingrained something around me, but I heard it over and over again, like money is evil. This is highly ingrained in me, so therefore I cannot attract it properly. So you have to overcome. I'm still working on that myself. So 6 of coins, you know, maybe money for people is a crux here, is what I'm getting. Personal rewards from unexpected sources. So keywords, resources, knowledge, power, employment, receiving, humanity, karma. Imagine that one of your spirit guides is handing you 6 coins. Reach out and touch them. And as you do, notice the energy you experience. Now notice something about each one. It could be a feeling, a shape, an intention, or what it means. Trust that you will know what you need to gain from that. While you are in touch with your energy, allow this connection to reveal your next step. So yeah, just not using our imagination enough. It's very powerful. It is really what I used to do my work with. So how do you? Good. Thanks, Kendall. Now, there's a planetary card. I'm going to leave that for last. It's interesting to me. We have a lot of feminine energy. This chakra wisdom deck is mostly, I don't think there's a masculine card in here other than maybe the Emperor. But nonetheless, I mean, there's a dude there. So there's hope. I don't know how to say that. I think I said that wrong. But nonetheless, I'm going to take these guys off. I'm going to leave the heavy cards. Just give me a minute. They want me to leave these out. Because the jumper that came out, not only from the deck that I was using, it was from a deck that I wasn't using. So it just wasn't supposed to be there. So that's kind of always a hint to me to take note. And funny enough, right? Because this is all about feminine energy rising to take hold, right? And because of that, we will gain abundance. Why? Because she holds the key to compassion, which is what was missing all along here. The doggy dog, the da-da-da, no time for, we got to act and do and move and stroll over people. And that is highly masculine. So now we're flipping to the feminine, but not necessarily flipping like tipping, but balancing. The masculine is going to recede a little bit and let the feminine come in and help with that heart-centered energy that she carries naturally. Now the flip out card here was the Emperor. So I'm going to channel what I get here because they're like, he is not being left behind, but look at him overlooking everything. And the sense I'm getting here is that this masculine is not going to leave the table unaware. Where he has been for so long, we are starting to discern right from wrong here. And even though we used our strengths to go forward, to trample over, to gain access, to take action, where these feminines, you know, would have been in the back seat, they are now letting well, I feel like energetically they really don't have a choice here. The feminine is leading, but they're starting to understand why. That's what I'm getting from this card. I'm going to zoom in on this guy because look at him looking over everything. It's like he should be over here. He's looking over everything and going, wait a minute. You mean to tell me if I don't fight a war, if I can make more progress? What if we give it some time to work it out and see what happens, right? Because the Emperor does sit on that throne because he has earned it to some degree. He may have been too controlling and too forceful, but he is not there because he is there because he deserved that right to be there on some way, shape, or form. We may have made mistakes, but we can stand up for those mistakes. And I feel like the stand-up period is now. These masculines are going to silence themselves and watch and learn. Something different is happening here, and universally, this is what I feel like they're doing. The masculine is just overlooking everything and going, wait a minute. Have I been on the wrong track? Or, you know, he's really assessing what he's doing. Am I really doing the best, highest good for all involved here? I feel like this guy, I don't know if it's, if it's in relation to one particular person or if it's kind of overviewing masculines as a whole, we're starting to realize there's a reception here that was going over our head, and now it's hitting us full on, and they're just taken aback and looking, wait a minute, do I have to reassess here? And the universe going, yes, you do. So as we continue, and how? In abundance. Why? Because we are taking the time to discern what we did wrong. We're going to fix it and move forward. If not, having a few feminines come up in the way and show them how it's done. Okay? And then we work together instead of dominating. And, you know, by all means, this is interesting because I see the woman here with the staff, another staff on this side, taking a stand, right? And that's the sense. And even though the feminine, right, she can be quite positive. It's just like that guy that's walking in the mall holding the woman's purse. You get what I'm saying there? Who rules the roost? But we don't have to beat him over the head, say, hold my purse. He just does it because he's working in cooperation with her. Not because he's been, you know, that kind of thing. If I can use that mall analogy. Hold my purse, sweetheart. That kind of thing. So there's abundance coming. Okay, so planetary card. Cheeky buggers. Okay, align yourself with love and wisdom. He's just not falling off of this. Higher purpose, right? Sun in Pisces, this was given earlier. And the number is 2 and 1, and that is 3. And to me, that is the energies, that is code for energetic frequencies are. So I'm going to read, they want me to read from the book on this as well. So I'm going to do that. Woo! Did it, boys. I got it. Okay. Woo! Sun in Gaba. Okay. Pisces. Boom. Higher purpose. Align yourself with love and wisdom. A particularly dreamy or philosophical phase is indicated here, and your interest in mysticism, poetry, romance, arts, and film will be enriching. However, this phase can also prove distracting or even misleading, so it's important to maintain a realistic approach and sense of purpose. Meditation, yoga, tai chi, mindfulness, and deep breathing techniques will align you more closely with your intuition and your connection to spirit. I was just caught offhand. I didn't get, there was a Tai Chi or something. I'll pass it on here. Shannon, I think, was the one who had put something. I just didn't have time to look at it. So maybe I'll pass that on here. Maybe I will. You are at an impressionable phase, and your introspection and interest in life's mysteries can lead to daydreaming, false hopes, and disappointment. Avoid being misled by unscrupulous people, alcohol, drugs, and illusions. Woo, look at them get right to the point there. Okay, I'm going to read that again. You are in an impressionable phase, and your introspection and interest in life's mysteries can lead you to daydreaming, false hope, and disappointment. Avoid being misled by unscrupulous people, alcohol, drugs, and illusions. Excessive use of alcohol or drugs can lead to dependency, depression, and foolhardiness. On the other hand, if you focus on your inner power to manifest your highest self's will, you can pursue a fulfilling path towards your own nirvana. Choose your teachers well if you are on a mystical, spiritual path. Honor both it and yourself. If this card arises when you feel ready for change but cannot make a decision, look within to reconnect with your deeper wishes, to experience a sense of fulfillment. Find ways to move forward with a sense of purpose so that when you do succeed in your endeavors, you will feel accomplishment. As this card also represents service to others, your task is to find activities, whether paid or unpaid, that are meaningful to you on a deeper spiritual level. You want to feel you are contributing to the broader community and are not in an insignificant cog in a bigger wheel. This card asks you to connect to spirit Align your efforts in life with love, wisdom, and a higher purpose. Well, if that ain't the reason, I don't know what is. So there you go. I'm just kind of repeating myself over and over and over. Yeah, highly. It is interesting to me how they're doing that here. I'm just going to give myself a second here if they want to say anything else. Yeah, efforts put forth during this time will reap high benefit, is just what they're saying. They want you to be aware of that. Pure, solid, highest good efforts of all involved is going to reap high rewards here. So hopefully we're in that mix. So hopefully this is something you can take with you. Now there's some comments here. Maybe I just want to go back and look before I log out. Oh. Hey, Shauna. Hey, Sam. Yeah. Yeah. And again, Paradise Zen, we did a collaboration this afternoon there. I'm going to try and somehow get that link on the page. There was no option to do this, so I got to figure out how to do that. Thanks, Kendall. Shelby, I will come back in. The problem here is when I do these readings at this time, my energies, I should not be going down in energy, but it's getting heavy. It gets heavy real quick. I fill up real quick. So I will not be able to do a reading at this particular time, but I'll keep that in mind. As I move forward here, I'm planning on coming back in again, using this time to get my own stuff done. So I'll keep that in mind. I'm not too sure. I'll have to look up where you're from and see what time would be decent here to do that. But at this point, I think my energy's just, I can't do that right now. That's all I'll say. But nonetheless, hopefully this helped some of you. This was highly, I really almost stepped into that other world there. The abilities here, if you are of a higher, finely tuned nature, you will understand at this time we're dragging our asses on the pavement here. Just get your rest, get your liquids, try and nourish your body in the best way possible. I really feel that I'm really not in just one world here. I'm in about 5 different places at different times, and it makes it very hard, but they're very pushing me in every level to go outward. I'm like, no, I just want to, and then like, no, and then they'll go and get Carry On, come again, and when I know it comes from Carry On, I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta go. So hopefully we gave some tools and whatnot, just kind of had a conversational. I don't think many had access to it, but we'll try and get it on the feed here, non-live, just so the information's there. Again, take care of you guys over this time. Try and zen out as much as you can. Feed your body, nourish. Take the time out. Be creative rather than looking for ways to retaliate against what you've been driven to, which is isolation. Just enjoy this time like a vacation. If you can convince your mind you're on vacation. Yeah, because the sense here is if we're worried and stressed about the money and the lack of it, we're going to create that. So visualize in your mind that you will be recompensated, because spiritually you will, and that will unfold. If we do that mentally, visually, that will unfold to reality. And it is already passing in this way for the most part. There are compensations being made for this. So take care, you guys. Have fun, be kind, and I will talk to you soon.